Shortly after 10 a.m. on the morning of Bastille Day, July 14th, 2017, and we are on Route 9 south of Chazy, and a place that if you didn't know was here, you'd have to look real quick. If you look down this driveway, you might get a hint of what we're about to see. When I first started recording sports in Chazy, at a couple of soccer games, I recognized one of the former Moore girls in the crowd, and found out she had some daughters playing and was married to this fella here. What's your name, young fella?
Max Doser.
And Max, what's your wife's name?
Theda.
Former Moore from the Champlain area.
That's right.
How long you two been together?
51 years.
That's a long time.
It's a miracle.
How you slice it.
It's more than that, it's a miracle.
And a few days ago on Facebook, I saw Max and Theda. Which show is Theda and Max? Who comes first on Facebook?
Theda Max Doser.
Theda Max Doser.
Yeah.
Posted that some pictures around here, and Max is an accomplished photographer. You see him often taking photos at sporting events, and you put out some nice posters and
great posters and all kinds of things. Putting pictures on wood now and transferring pictures to wood. It's pretty cool. But I don't do that very often. I just do it during the sporting season. I don't chase them around too much. I don't travel except to Chazy and maybe Beekman Town. So we're not too busy right now with that kind of thing. We're mainly doing a lot of building things, like the build stuff. So
you retired, you told me, from Wyeth Ayres?
Yep.
Okay, and now you have a lot of time on your hands?
I don't. He keeps me pretty busy.
I don't see how you could accomplish what we're about to see here. But this is the driveway, and there's 3 homesteads here. There's one to the right, and you get it's your daughter and lives in one, and then
my daughter lives in the second one. This one here, Thomas is living. They've been here. We built that house back in 90 or something like 89, 90, somewhere like that. And we sold it to the Thomases, and Jenny and I lived here before we got here, and we just bought some land behind them here.
And you share a driveway?
We share a driveway, yeah.
Who does the shoveling?
Well, Green Thumb does a lot of plowing, but they're not here when they need it, so I have to, but he provides me with a little tractor with a bucket or with a blower on it, so I'm pretty much well set, taking care of that stuff. It's not an issue anymore. I don't have to walk behind that snow blower.
Getting too old for that stuff.
Oh, it was hard on the legs. They talked to me after I got back in the house.
For the next day too, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we start here, let's, I hope as I was walking by here that most of these are perennials, that you're not doing this every year.
Oh no, that's all perennials. They're just Stella Diorio lilies, and they bloom all summer long. And we've just pretty much, until a couple of years ago, this area had been pretty bare, and I started planting them, getting ready for the next Kent DeLord garden tour we had back in 2015, 16, 15. And this is what they've come to. We finally found something nice here that grows and blossoms, and then, does a good nice job of covering the area up, instead of just being bare like the front is here. So
I want to point out that Max is normally a manly man here. He doesn't carry his his little lap dog with him all the time, but this type of dog that would bark like heck if you left him alone in the house, right?
Yeah.
So
You don't want that annoyance on your camera.
So
we're carrying him.
But he is a manly man. But I'm not going to say the same thing about this person here. He looks like a womanly woman.
Who is that young lady?
What are you carrying?
Oh, my little sassy. My pride and joy.
All right, we said everything we know about you so far. So
yeah, your name.
There ain't nothing good.
Come over here on the same side as Max, because my mic's going to be on that side. Now, whose idea was this to start doing this? This is what we're about to see here is quite an accomplishment. But
well, we were always trying to do something, and we did it. We had a log house on the other side of Chazy before we moved here, but it was a huge yard. And although we did plant a lot of trees, we never got into this kind of stuff, but we were forced to because it's shady here, you know. So there was a limit on trees and flowers and things like that, but no limit on hostas and other shade plants, you know. So we started really getting into that, and I don't know. She does her thing and I do mine, and I started liking to, you know, create things, and then she comes and gives me ideas and color schemes and
Ideas, not orders.
well,
Strong
sometimes they turn in.
suggestions?
They definitely sometimes turn into orders. At least even if she asks me nice, it's an order.
I tried.
Don't make me have to ask you again, right? Now, what kind of birds would live in a house like this?
Oh, probably wrens, small little brown birds, but I don't know. I try to build something that a bird will go into, but there's very few birds that like shaded areas, you know. So that's all we get around here is like wrens. The squirrels mostly get into not these holes because they're too small now, but I had to replace the front on it because they got it all chewed up. The lower part, you know. And then they put those guards around there so they couldn't chew it up, and it's also hardwood. It's also, that's all made out of pallet wood. I think there might be some, there's definitely some barn board in there, but also mostly pallet wood. And there's like 32 houses in that thing.
32 apartments?
32 apartments, yeah, it's a condo. Got a lot of condos around here. I don't know why, I just keep building condos, and a few single house places, but a lot of birds like single housing. They don't like to live in these things. I read after I build them that birds don't like condos, they like single housing, so but what the heck, they look nice.
Now, they're
So
protected from the wind.
Yep, this house was a farmhouse. I look online for ideas, and it was not a farmhouse, but it was a barn, I think in Scotland or Ireland or somewhere. And I built it from the picture. You know, it's not exactly, but it's as close as I could get. You know, with no plans or anything. So, and most of the houses I got here are no plans. You just, you know, just you find out what kind of bird you want to live into them. And I did look at woodpeckers things a lot. You know, the longer ones are for woodpeckers, and the taller holes. You know, because they like to be 8, 10, 12 inches deep or something like that. So. The other houses, not so much this one, but there's one house I built. The first one I built, I didn't even have a bottom in it. I was in such a rush to build it. The squirrels.
The floor.
The squirrels love that one. Just the floor. That's all there is in there. I shouldn't tell anybody that, but I keep telling everybody. So it's no big mystery anymore. And then we got hostas here. We like the hostas. It's a risky business hosta. I used to have all these labels, but I lost a lot of labels. I do have a list of all the hostas we own, but some of them died off. Most of them didn't, but some of them do. But I always loved this particular hosta. It's such a stunning shade, you know, contrast to the white and green. So I decided to make a wave of hostas here, and all the same kind. And that's what a wave is. So.
And they're called a what?
Risky business.
Risky business.
Yeah, all the hostas have names.
I
don't know them all anymore. I used to know a lot of them, but the last couple of years I've been losing it. So losing my tags as well as my mocking.
All right, how about these green and yellow things there?
Those are all hostas too, but you see one back there is Daybreak, Hosta Daybreak, the big leaf green, the lime green one.
The lime green one, okay.
Yeah, that's the Hosta Daybreak, and I know this one, but something to do with shadows or meadows or something. I think it's green meadows or something.
What about those things with the huge leaves in the back?
Oh, that's butterbur. That's a swamp-loving plant. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't talk about that one. The DEC probably get on me about it. They die easily. You spray them with the weed be gone or something, or you can pull them up and they stop coming and
looks nice though.
Yeah, it's a nice background. You know, they haven't overwhelmed anything. If they come too close to my plants, I just pull them out.
Hey, they start to fight. You know,
yeah.
You can't fight. You know, and there's here another two-tone here.
Yeah, that's don't ask me.
Okay.
I know that one. That's been here forever. You don't remember those names? I should have brought the list with me. No.
Okay.
They all look alike.
That's Sun Power right there.
Right here, Sun Power.
Yeah, the yellow
with the
flowers on it is a Sun Power hosta.
All right, we got some behind us here. Don't.
Oh, that's a sum and substance over here. That's this is Green Thumb's side of the driveway, but
The big greens.
yeah, the big green ones are Green Thumbs, and these are some I planted because I wanted all the same color here.
The lavender ones here.
Yeah, those are Stilby. They have a name too. Visions. Stilby Visions. I shouldn't even get any. It would have been much more interesting to talk about if I had all their names, you know. But
Well, this will give the viewers something to do is go out and
yeah, right.
search hostas.
Well, they'd get lost in that. Don't ask me. Don't know.
All right, it's another two-tone. A lot of two-tone hostas, huh?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a matter of what color combinations you want.
That's a Christmas house. Christmas.
Which one?
This one, the white and the green.
Oh, another. So it's another variation of the.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
There's
150?
160 different hostas I got here, and there's
Different
thousands. There's
varieties.
thousands of them, though. You know, I have nothing compared to what there is out there.
That's what I was saying. The first thing came to my mind. He's got nothing. What's this little hanger here?
Oh, that's lamium and a
Fuchsia.
fuchsia, and it's kind of gone by a little bit. I just pulled off some seeds yesterday, but
You told me when we corresponded that there were some of these that were going to be gone by the end of this week or early next week.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's not those.
The Stobies will be.
The Stilbies are coming into bloom. The lilies, some of the lilies have gone by. You see their dead stalks sticking up. Then there's other lilies coming in, so it's always a coming and going thing, you know, just like people.
And another birdhouse.
Yep, that's another palletwood birdhouse I built. I could get an idea off of Google images, and we go ahead and build it. And I painted that one myself with the roses and everything on it. How talented is that, eh?
That is amazing.
Yeah, that was something I'll never do again. I never did before. I said, I can do this, you know. Then we have, I'm trying to blend it in by having plants grow up, but that's a clematis. Clematis, as the master gardeners call them. Growing up it. Thought I was going to lose it. One of the branches was going way up high and it died off. And the same thing happened last year, but I left it alone. And
Want your stroller?
yeah. That's the bird the little wrens, the house the little wrens live in, and they come usually out here yelling and screaming if there's anybody living in there. They're out here yelling at you, get out of here, you know.
But there's nobody home. Right
Nobody
now?
home right now. I think they've had their little family and haven't started a new one in there, I guess. I fix them so I can take them out and lift them up and clean them out, or take that roof comes off and I can clean them out too.
But you leave them up all year round,
Oh yeah, they stay out all the time. I don't bother with them.
and I'm going to worry about when they come back in the spring. Then.
Nope. Well, I got to clean it out for them, you know, because otherwise they won't make a new nest in there. But
All right, more hostas.
yep.
Oh, the 150, 63.
Yeah. You know, I can't even say exactly, but I know I've had that many, and some have died. And for instance, there's one over there that's not there anymore. That's a sum and substance. That was a huge plant, and all of a sudden this year it just died back.
Yeah, it
all
happens.
I
Trees.
got.
We had
Yeah.
a couple trees that just
Yeah.
look good one year, and the next year.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, you see there's a lot of snails on these things. They're slugs. They like to eat holes in the leaves. But there's ways of controlling them. They have slug fest or something like that. It's slug hole. And also you can use vinegar and water on them, or copper mesh around the base of them. They get electrocuted. Put copper mesh on them somehow. It screws up their electrical system.
And you've heard of escargot?
Yeah.
That's never.
No, it's never been on my plate. I know that doesn't not appetizing to me at all.
Now you realize we haven't even begun here, believe it or not, for the people watching at home. But when this gets on that World Wide Web, there will be some people that are going to be calling you up and saying, "Hey, how much for a tour?"
Yeah, am I going to be sorry I'm doing this? How much for a tour?
No
I've
take
already
back.
heard that. And I said, no, it's not. It's free. We just enjoy doing this, and hey, if people like it. You know, when we were first approached by someone to do this, back before 2007. I said, "Are you crazy? You know, who wanted to see this? I thought everybody else's garden was nicer than mine, you know, and why would they want to see this place?"
So you've been doing this for quite a while then?
Well, we moved here in '93 and been doing it ever since. You know, expanding all the time, and just not for the sake of Ken DeLord tours or things like that, but after we've had it, you know, it kind of has an effect on you, and you keep wanting to do more and more, you know. So we do. We keep expanding everything. And this is when I think there's no more I can do. Something else comes up, and we do it.
Well, so you get some new room opened up right here with us.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that poor Sum and Substance there. I don't know what's. I thought I should have bought some more and stuck them in there or something.
Huh.
But
You got to rotate your crops.
yeah, it helps. You know, you can divide these things any time, but you don't like to ruin the symmetry of them. You know, just cut into the root system and move them somewhere else. You know, and piece of it. That's what's nice about hostas. You can just about dig them up and put them on the ground anywhere without even planting them, and they don't die. They don't get set back or anything.
All right,
This is the kind of thing I'm looking for blending in. It's just something overwhelming. The birdhouse, I like that. It just makes it look so much nicer and natural, like it's been there forever. You know.
That cardinal, that's to scare the other birds away?
No, that's just to make it look prettier. We hope it looks prettier anyway.
You have a good crop of mosquitoes here too, I've noticed.
Well, it could be worse. It could be worse.
Yes.
Actually, I did spray the yard before you came with some clutter spray. You smell it?
Now, you got a birdhouse to our left as we approach here. Is this yours? Or?
Yep, that's about the only style I've built here. Well, maybe one or two others that I built by a plan that I got. I found some plans on the internet, and I ended up building two of those. One of them for my sister, but she's not here. She's in Michigan, so I used it in the meantime, you know.
Well,
I got
2,000 miles away.
Yeah, I got to build another one to replace the one I give her, you know. So.
All right.
Our daughter lives over here, and our son-in-law.
Yeah,
They're the ones that own Green Thumb Landscaping.
Right. We're the green thumbers.
Oh yeah, they help us out a lot.
And they're not across the road anymore. Where are they located now?
Oh, they're across the road.
Oh, at Rigid.
Rigid Performance, that's his brother running a motorcycle repair shop.
Oh, but they still operate out
They
there.
still own and operate the place, yeah. But his brother's running the business, you know, nothing to do with Green Thumb at all. It's totally his own. Excuse me.
But they still run their equipment in and out of there.
Oh yeah, all their equipment. Actually, Arian's building, my grandson's building a house in the back of the place.
Oh, okay.
Our grandson. I got corrected. That was nicely said.
Yeah.
One of my
And his wife,
lifetime
Bridget.
faults is my.
And his wife Bridget.
Yeah, and his wife Bridget.
There you go.
One of the few flowers that bloom around here are impatiens that bloom in the shade. The red flowers in the back. These are lilies in the front, of course. But
Okay, what's the big red ones here?
those are lilies.
These big ones are lilies too?
Yeah.
These
And
are
those,
impatiens?
Those
Yeah,
are impatiens back there. Yeah. We like the impatiens. They're prolific bloomers, and we just like to have them around because they're just so massive, you know, and just keep going and going, you know,
The
right
hummingbirds
through the
like
fall.
them too.
Hummingbirds, yes. But you can't build a hummingbird house though, can you?
No, but I did buy some nests, but they never used it. You know, I bought these little things I could make nests on, but they never used it. We haven't seen too many hummingbirds this year. I hear tell there are other places.
Oh, my wife took a few pictures yesterday, in fact, as we're recording this. We've got some hollyhocks in our front, right outside our window, and they're nice tall plants, and they love those.
I think the issue here is that we're in the woods, and I think they like the open spaces more than the woods, you know. So
Yeah.
so they end up, you know, going to those places more than here. We see one or two, but we never see any massive amounts like some people get, you know, and just
Yeah. Well,
homers and.
my mother used to have a watering thing for hummingbirds, and they would come. They would
We have a
come.
lot of fountains and stuff.
Yeah, but there's special.
Oh yeah, we got those. We got
We got
we got
ponds, we got all sorts of stuff.
yeah. Well, he's talking about the hummingbird feeder, and you know, that we have up on the porch.
Oh,
We had one in back, one in front, I think, and
Plant some hollyhocks. We'll get some hummingbirds.
they like sun. Sun is not here.
We don't get much sun.
You can
And this
get,
year,
you can
it
get
was
a spot here and there.
I'm surprised you guys get any flowers growing because of this all the shade we've had with the rain and clouds, you know.
Yeah. No. Well, they grow right on the south side of our house, so they get a lot of light. Okay, we're at the. I have to say Theta Max. I can't say Max Theta because I get in trouble, right?
Doesn't matter.
Doser home here, and
Yeah, this is
on
the
Route 9.
intersection of our yard and our driveway, and that house I just built this year.
this birdhouse.
Yeah, and just installed it here this year. I'm trying to create focal points all around the yard, and right across the way over there is next to that beautiful beech tree. It's called a weeping beech. There's a log house I built a few years ago, weeping purple beech. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful specimen of a tree. It just keeps on giving all the time. Even in the winter time, it holds its leaves, most of the leaves,
Oh, really?
and drops off like a beech tree does. You know, beeches, even in the woods, they hold their leaves all winter long, and then they drop them in the spring when the new growth comes out.
Oh, wow.
It is a gorgeous tree, trouble-free. Knock on wood, you know.
Don't say a word.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that.
So far, it's surviving our winters.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
we've
been
tried
good.
several different trees here, and they've all died. You know, like birches, they always have that that little bug that gets in the leaf miner. It's called, and they end up dying on you. So
Whoops.
these haven't had the problem.
The dogs are having problems too here.
Must be that spray. These are little benches I made out of pallet wood, and you know, people can come around here and sit, you know, and just enjoy the view if they find the view enjoyable.
We have little nuts all over where people can sit,
Yep.
enjoy the view.
All right, and you got some.
This whole
choke
thing here
cherries
is like a
growing
Or
here?
berm.
honeysuckles.
Yeah, it's all honeysuckles. Yeah, this is one of the first things we did is went out and dug up all kinds of honeysuckles because I wanted to screen the woods out, you know.
Uh-huh.
And they've been a chore. They're hard to keep contained. You know, you got to keep pruning them, and sometimes if you let them go too long, you end up with sticks sticking out all over the place.
Yeah,
So, and,
They want
and
to take over.
and I never hear the end of that
Why?
until the sticks don't show anymore because you don't like the sticks. It's ugly.
This lady right here?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
She seems so peaceful and easy to get along with.
She is.
Yeah, right.
It's the only one we got company.
Yeah, right.
That's why you invited me over, so you
Yeah.
can
Have a moment of peace. No, not at all. We have a good time together, collaborate on all kinds of things, and enjoy each other's visit company. And she's always giving us ideas and coming up with things. You know, I can't believe how fast I pass. I'm looking for something on the internet to put on my pictures or whatever, a background, and I'm passing all these good things by, and she comes in and here's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like that, same page.
Now, what kind of the birds are these with the long tails there?
Oh, and the squirrely birds. Red squirrels. They haven't been an annoyance in my house, fortunately, knock on wood. I've been worried about that.
Yeah.
But they do like to eat my bird food. Those and gray squirrels too, our bird food.
You're better.
I'm always doing that.
Yeah. Well, you
I'm
know.
always red-faced over here.
Yeah.
When I see it on the DVD, you're going to really regret that.
Yeah.
She'll rewind it to that spot over and over.
This is a Hosta Empress Wu. That's the biggest Hosta there is, I believe.
That's
I
what
mean, it's not big yet, as big as it's going to be. It gets to like 54 inches around, and
Wow. So you didn't just plant one, you planted two.
no, that's a different one.
Oh, it's a
that's
different one.
That's a dragon. There's a tag on that.
You still got the tag on this one here, so
Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon.
Yeah, it's Komodo dragon.
And it's going to be
Empress-
dwarfed by
Empress
this
Wu, yeah.
by this one here, which is
Well, that's
called
a big one too, but it's not as big. It's Empress Wu.
Empress Wu.
Yeah. It's they had a bunch of them at Lowe's last year. We got a few. So.
Okay. I'm going to turn in this direction here because I don't want to miss anything. And you got another little
Oh,
gazebo up there.
Yep, that's a bird feeder, which I just put some feed in the other day, and the squirrels climbed up and destroyed my our clematis that was climbing up it. So I'm not going to put any more feed in there. I really haven't been putting feed in there because the squirrels like to destroy everything. They chew on that stuff, you know. So it just for show mostly. And there's that birdhouse with no bottom in it, except
Okay.
for the floor. I mean, no floors for the individual houses. It's just
Straight drop from the top.
straight drop from the top. It's all, the squirrels love that place. Those little beggars right there. As long as I provide them with homes, they don't trouble me. Us. And this is a berm of an island that we made. First thing we had, it was been different shapes, but it finally went down to this shape, I guess, and we just raised it up and started planting things in there. You know, the house is up on a little hill here, so we had to raise it up. And again, it's something I always wanted to do, and having the house here kind of provided that opportunity. So, and have a little raised berm, you know.
Okay, what kind of tree is this behind the gazebo here?
The bush behind, right next to that is a Harry Lauder's walking stick. It has spirally branches on it. You can see some of it up there. And some of the branches that are sticking out, they're all crooked branches, like they make canes out of them or something. Right. They could. And it gets about 8 by 8 feet. And the other one is a cypress that's next to it there.
No, that would. I would think be a warm weather tree.
No, it's a weeping cypress. It's not warm weather. No, it's not a problem at all.
I think of cypress. I think of
some of them are come from Alaska. You know.
Of, Miami.
Some of them are Alaskan cypresses. I think they have. So they're all over the place.
All right. So slowly making our way up. There goes the squirrel. We're scaring the squirrels.
Yeah. There's a few of our flowers coming up. The two different lilies that came up this year. They're pretty. They're so tall. That's the tallest I've seen them, especially the orange ones. I haven't seen those like that.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, they're pretty.
So again, the lilies, these are plants that don't necessarily need a lot of sun.
No, they get afternoon sun. That's all we get in here is afternoon sun. You know, after 12 o'clock, it finally starts, you know, in the heat of the summer anyway. It finally starts blossoming. No, I guess they don't. I got a lot of them along the driveway too, yellow ones. There was one out that we walked by. I didn't point it out to you. I didn't think about it.
Oh no. We're missing one of our 153
But there's some up here
varieties.
I can show you. I don't know that they're in bloom though. No, it's a lily, not a hosta.
No, it's not a hosta.
Okay.
There's another house.
There's another birdhouse right here. That's the one that I have by the end of the driveway too.
Now, did we build it or you build it?
No, it's safe to say I built it. Yeah, and I installed it. And I installed some of the hostas in here. She installed all the little flowers.
Well, see, those are. That's about her height right there.
Yeah. And she can bend down where I can't.
It's not just bending down; it's getting back up after too.
Yes, I'm like a beached whale, and I have to get up. I want to roll over on my stomach and start lifting myself up.
All right, another unique tree here. Looks like a big bonsai.
No, that's a cypress, but we got it in a box. We thought it'd be a nice specimen in front of the deck here, so we should go over here too. There's a little pond over there.
Okay, well, lead on.
What did I say it was?
A cypress.
Oh, did I say
No,
cypress?
It's not a cypress.
It's a juniper. I'm sorry.
Juniper.
Good thing we're.
I didn't want to correct him because
Oh,
I'd get in trouble.
She corrected me, not we.
She did.
I said, that's not a cypress.
But she didn't want to, though. If the record shows, she
in my ear.
didn't want to correct you.
Nice.
Lead on there,
I
Max.
was being nice.
That's right. All right. Continuing here with our tour.
This is a little pond we have, another little focal point. It's hard to see, you know, from the lawn. You got to bring people here to see it. It's so hidden now. Took a while to get that way.
I can imagine. I see a fisherman, but I don't see any fish.
No, we've had fish in there, but they're hard to get out in the wintertime and end up dying in there.
It's not
so.
deep enough to.
No, you can't leave them in there.
There we go. He caught a fish. He caught the last one.
See, you missed that fish. It was there.
No, it was in the water. You couldn't see it.
But the safest place for fish is somewhere else, not in here, not in our yard. So we tried fish and didn't go well for them. They were pretty well lasted. But
what kind of flower is this?
that's a mandevilla. We have a lot of those. We like those because there are actually some here too, but they're not blooming yet. Because they bloom so much. They're prolific bloomers, and you can actually keep them over the winter, but you got to have special situations to try to get them to bloom before you bring them out, and we don't have that, you know. So.
Oh, we'll bring them out. You got to bring these in.
Well, you could bring them in, and they would survive over the winter.
But if you don't,
But
they don't.
if you
This
can't,
is
if
one
you don't
right
have a
here.
hot house,
This is one right here I brought in, but it never flowers. By the time it flowers,
it'll
winter will be
it'll
here. So what's the
winter
point of
here.
it all?
So we got to have some kind of a hot house or something to force it to bloom
Tried
sooner, you
saving
know.
them,
Uh-huh. All right.
And this is another focal point, that yellow thing over there. When I first put it in there, every time I looked this way, I thought the sun was shining here, you know. It's we thought we'd introduce a new color in the yard, yellow, instead of red. Last year and the year before it was all red around here, so we painted the bird bath and the bird roof yellow, and planted some clematis to climb up it. But they didn't climb up far enough yet.
Not
Next
yet.
year, hopefully. It's a risk even planting them because they like sun, and whether or not they'll grow there, I don't know.
Now, is that a hummingbird feeder?
No,
No.
the hummingbird feeders are up on the porch over there.
Yeah, I mean, because they got to be kind of up and away
it's just-
from. Yeah.
It was yellow, so I put it there.
You should have repainted the yellow flower on it.
And what kind of a bush is that in the back?
Those are what is it?
Rhodos.
Rhododendrons.
Oh.
Shit, my mind. You ask a question, my mind goes blank. I got a blank slate for a mind.
Just make up something. I want to look at it.
Yeah, but everybody else will say, "Oh, how dumb he is," you know. And that's a guardian angel hosta down there. That pretty one, that pretty different leaf color.
The yellow one there.
No,
No,
the hosta beyond the big
Right
hosta, the big leafed one. Yeah, it's called guardian angel.
Okay. Are these buttercups?
No, those are hostas too.
The little yellow ones?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
these are potentials.
Oh, the yellow potentialas.
And how about in the bottom there? The potentier that's floating around on
Down here?
those yellow flowers.
Oh, the yellow flowers. Oh, those are creeping Jenny.
Creeping
They're
Jenny.
ground cover.
I used to know her sister.
Yeah. I know her daughter. She's my daughter. I was thinking I need to plant more hostas in there.
That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
What's the holdup?
Big bling. Well, I don't know. You know, I shouldn't wait because it wasn't exposed that much. The leaves from the branches from the honeysuckles are laying over that for a long time, and we finally got them back. Now I could plant it in there. And
Yeah, then you'll be pushing them further down.
you're on the wrong side of the microphone.
That's good.
This is another little focal point here. That she took care of this one, but I planted the hostas. That's a hosta Cadillac. I know that for sure. That yellow one there.
The yellow one's a Hosta Cadillac.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one in back I know too, but I'm not going to think of it.
Yeah.
I should have brought my list out, but then I would have been looking at
Yeah, you
100, 300, 3 pages of hosta names trying to find the one I want.
You got some good colors here. You got some red and some purplish.
Yeah, when this hosta starts out in the spring, it's a lime yellow. It's really pretty, and then it turns like that. So, yeah, those are coleus. They're a leafy foliage plant put in there for color. They haven't done all they can do. They'll get much bigger and fuller over the summer.
Okay. And what are these purples? These lavenders?
Those are Stilby again, Vision. That's the ones I have all over the yard. I have some pink ones too, but I don't know what their names are other than pink Stilby. But they've gone by already. The blossoms are turning. These are just coming into being. So there's another chair I built so people can sit down and relax and enjoy the view if they decide it's worth enjoying. Then there's this
There's no cup holders though.
this gazebo I built a couple of years ago. First time I had a chance to bend wood in a steamer to make that thing. I tried several times not to bend it, and then it always broke. So I was forced to do it. My granddaughter, our granddaughter, Alexis, is going to get married here next year in front of this thing.
July 7th.
Loaded up with flowers and stuff. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Probably around 400 people, so.
400 people here.
Yeah.
Not in this yard.
Well, there'll be a lot of people here, but the reception's over to Jenny and Mike's.
The people will be right up to there. The minister will be way over there in the back on the other side.
It'll all work out.
I don't know how that's going to work out, but it
People are going
will.
to be all over the place.
Yeah, they can
Oh.
stand up on the deck, and then as long as you don't fall over the rail, we're okay.
Now, you are pretty well hidden too here. I did go to Google Earth to
Yeah,
see, and you can't really tell that all this is here from the.
right. You can't. No, it's the trees blind it, hide it. You see the top on the roof of the deck over there. I have a what do you call it? Lattice up there, plastic lattice for shade,
Uh-huh.
so we can enjoy the thing year round. You know, I mean not year round, but all summer. We like the shade. If we want sun, we can come down here in the lower deck and enjoy the sun when the sun's out. But really, when the sun's out, I don't want to be in it. I like to be in the shade. And
See,
you know,
nobody knows it's here. That's why it's Doser's here in paradise.
Well,
otherwise we don't know what we call
I'll
it.
put a disclaimer on this. Do not watch, so no one will know it's here. Do not watch this video.
There's a Hosta with a name on it, wide brim.
There we go.
That's all wide brim. That's whirlwind there. That's invincible, that green one, that dark green one. That's a very hardy Hosta.
It's not two-tone. What'd you do playing a single color?
Oh no,
Hosta?
there's all kinds of colors, you know, and
Yeah, but-
shapes, but they're mostly that color. You see, there's a white one out there. That's fire and ice. That white one across the way that used to be bigger. The other one on the other side is bigger that you don't see yet, but that used to be as big, but it died back for whatever reason. You know, that's what they do. And there's those astilbes back there with the dead heads on them that are dying out. They were pink before they
Oh, really?
turned that color, and they're hanging down because the rain pounds them down like that.
And we've been getting some rain.
It's
Yeah.
always raining.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wander through the walkway here. And I
Arm
can,
must get tired. The tennis elbow.
after 35 years, that's
I've been doing this for 35 years.
this is my 35th year. I started 34 years ago,
Holy
yeah.
mackerel.
You do Jenny at soccer, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
I remember seeing them up in that thing.
I started doing Shazy Sports in 85
Yep.
because that's when cable came through Shazy. But I started doing recording in 83.
This is what we call a little garden room in here, and we have a bench and a birdhouse painted red, and a little twig door over there to go back to the backyard where we have compost piles and storage. And these are more hostas and more Berneras. This is a Bernera. That's a Roger Sia. Got that from Cook and Gardner, and it has a nice, beautiful pink flower on it. But it's too early yet. I think there's one coming on it over there. But that could be the other one. I took some divisions of my own, which was white, and spread them around here. So I
Okay,
haven't
so
seen any pink ones yet.
and these are the pink ones that are dying off here.
Yeah.
Were they more pink than that before? Or?
Oh yeah, well, you see one there, that little tiny one that's, yeah, and one way back there too is, that's what they all were like. It was pretty. And it smelled nice. Yeah, very nice fragrance back here too.
Oh, there looks like a poodle I'm looking at right now. A pink poodle.
It
Okay.
doesn't bite either.
No.
Might sting if there's a flower on it.
No.
On it though.
Now, what's this big one here?
That's another one of those Empress Wu hostas. I think I just have 2 around here, maybe 3. But I like them. They fill in the space, you know. They grow. I tried them in other places and they didn't grow. And this one here, that one, and the one on the driveway really grew nice. Or down on the yard here, really grew nice and big.
And that little plant next to it, what's that?
Heckler. They have a specific name, but I don't think about these things every day, so I don't remember.
Right. Well, I know.
It's a heckler anyway, if I pronounce it. That's another hydrangea. Naked coney kind of flowers. It's a diamond, red diamond, I think, hydrangea, and it gets the flowers turn pink as they get older. And you cut them off and use them for arrangements. They're really pretty.
Okay. This is a good sturdy bench here.
Yep, that's a nice, we saw the picture in the on the Facebook there, on in Google and images, and decided we wanted it. So, and we made it match the birdhouse.
So he made it.
So I made that. Safe to say.
We didn't make that.
No,
No.
we did not make that.
No,
I
that's
throw,
one of the-
I throw the colors together. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, she decides what colors we want around here. Really,
made the door.
no color on that.
No color in the door.
That's just natural.
No,
That's just natural.
you do a lot of work here. Now, do you ever grow anything you can eat?
No, we can't. There's no sun. No sun around here. Across the street we could, but
Ike has a garden.
Ike has a garden across there, and he never has time to take care of it.
All
But
right.
he's too busy. He works all the time.
You got some lavender ones in the corner here.
Yeah, that's more Astilbe.
All right. Yeah, that goes back to your compost.
Yeah, compost, and there's some storage room back there. Piles of. We don't need to know all the details.
No.
But,
Yeah.
we take a shot of that. That's a nice garden path that we have here. And there's some sights to see along that we just created.
All right.
Actually,
Yes.
she picked out the colors, picked out the style fence, and that you're going to see back there. And I built it
And
and
you
painted it.
Still a collaboration. All right.
Watch your step in here.
Yeah, I gotta.
Hostas and a fern and hecklera, not so much hecklera, but there are a lot of those things over there. And, I just counseled myself on that. What are those plants again right
What's
there?
that? Bernera.
Bernera.
I see an abadabba. What's an abadabba do here?
That's a hosta. That died back
little
too.
one?
That was huge before, and
Okay.
I must have stepped on it or something.
These are Japanese ferns.
Japanese
Yeah,
ferns.
painted fern.
Okay, and this big one is what you said?
That's a hydrangea too, paniculata, I believe, because the flowers are pan-shaped.
Aha.
And it's a pretty house. I mean, pretty Bernera. And we got all that fence here too. It's all a lot of pallet wood, and we put birdhouses on the top of the fence posts.
Again, the wind doesn't whip through here, so
Hey, it's raining out here.
Yeah, I just told you it was raining. I said it. I feel drops on
Can't be raining.
I don't
We're
know.
not done yet. And over on this side, we have a lot of houses and the Stilby, and
Another fence.
another fence that we just created to cover up the sticks in the bottom here so they wouldn't be so distracting. And we created all those little flowers and little apples on the tree. We hope they look like apples. I don't know. I want them because the apples grow in this area, so I wouldn't take a bite out of it. But, so it's kind of what they had in the picture, the first three panels here, and then I started creating my own stuff on the other side there. Put some evergreens and some bigger flowers in at the other end down there. And
So
then we created this little. That was her arrangement here. This
So did
little,
we build the fence or did you build it?
I built a fence. Yeah.
It's a lot handier if somebody's holding one end of the stick when you're trying to nail, you know. So
I did screw them on, but I glued them on too, so in case the screws rust through or something, they
Uh-huh.
ain't gonna fall off, you know. So.
okay. And you put this nice moss-covered stump in here. That's nice. It
Yeah.
adds to it.
We cleared this whole lot. It was nothing but what you see here before. We cleared it all back in '92, I guess, and it was '93, huh? '92 and '93.
Oh, yeah, 92.
Took all the trees down, built a garage out of the wood we got from this place,
Uh huh.
and other projects and whatever I can't remember what we might have built out of them, but we had quite a bit of wood. And to trim all the trees and cut them all down, and yep,
A lot of
we
work.
did it ourselves, just you and me, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
So-
basically.
Yep, nobody here to help.
Kids are all growed. All right. More of the 140,000 Hosta varieties.
These are ginger, European ginger, and they're ground cover too. And I'd like to see more of them. I hope you'll see some in the back there where they started throwing off. I think they're throwing off little seedlings
Yeah, it
all over
looks
the
like they're
place.
spreading there, yeah.
And yeah, like right here, yeah. And last year I dug them all up thinking they were weeds.
Oh.
In here, I could have had a lot more.
And they said, we're on your side.
And I can't say we did it. I got to say I did it.
You did it.
No,
They are spreading.
I won't get corrected on that for sure.
If it's bad,
Yeah.
you take all full credit.
Yeah, you got to get all the credit for the bad. I put that birdhouse up here, and
This
no
one here?
sooner than I did that, and a robin decided to make a nest up there.
Oh, yeah.
That one I did with the plans too. I built that style with the plans.
I want to go get a jacket. It's cold.
Okay.
All right, so Robin's nest in front of the birdhouse.
Yep. She moved right in on us. Didn't take very long at all.
I wouldn't think they'd be out in the open like that.
Oh no, they like to be anywhere. You know.
Yeah.
They just get out. They get out in a hurry when you come around. We've had doves up on the deck in the back here with a nest. Actually, there's a robin nest up there right now in the same place the dove had a nest. And we pulled the dove's nest out, which is a lot less intricate than the robin's nest. And we could walk right up to the dove and take pictures and
Oh,
talk
really?
to it, and yeah,
Wow.
didn't move. The babies were the same way, and then all of a sudden one day they took off on us.
They said we had enough of that.
Yeah, yeah.
There are birdhouses on top of all these major fence posts there.
Yeah. For that exact reason, I put fence posts in there to use those birdhouses. You know, they're not doing any good sitting somewhere else. If you want to make a yard look pretty, you got to have some focal points. You know.
Wow, sure.
I did this well. They had this hole here last year. We had, in the year before, we had a birch in there that was just a birch branch that was holding all kinds of these birdhouses around, just to fill in. It was a dark hole, you know, so make it brighter.
Uh-huh.
And it fell all apart. It rotted and fell apart, so I was forced to build this well. I built it all out of pallet wood, except for the top. That's cedar. But the rest is all pallet wood except for the tin in the top.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
the rim around it.
Yeah.
You can see all the nails.
Yeah.
My saw blade caught hell.
You're supposed to pull those nails out.
Most of them are sawed off, and it's too much trouble. And
Yeah,
the saw
yeah.
blade was bad anyway, so it didn't hurt anything.
Yeah, nice rocks here.
Yeah, we had to decorate around the base, so do it with some rocks. And we have a little niche over here again with a birdhouse in the back right here.
Oh, yeah.
With a frame around it. And down below that we got another bench for sitting down and enjoying the area.
Looks like a throne.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it is, nice. I feel like a king without a crown. And next to that we had a pine tree that we cut down, so I decided to make some kind of it's not very elaborate, like some of these houses are, a little gnome house,
Keebler elves living in there.
Yeah, so that was the best I could do. And I had a picture in the garage of when I wanted to build, but I never got around to it all winter long. I built a lot of furniture and stuff, and I got carried away with all that and didn't have time for this. So.
You realize there's going to be a lot of angry men when wives watch this and say,
Yeah,
he's doing that, how come you can't do that stuff?
yeah, they get that a lot around here when they're walking through here too. Yeah, because that's my home, and away from home is the garage in the summertime and in the wintertime. And, get out from under her feet, and we both have our peace and quiet.
Right.
So that's she's spent all her life alone in the house, and somebody come in taking up her space. She's not used to that. So
It's her
I
territory.
dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, I like to do things anyway. I enjoy building things, so I'm right in my habitat. And I started building things when I was a kid. I was always building boats or something to go floating. Or tried to build a little race car once out of wood. I had some guy dragging me around the road with a motorcycle until the cops stopped us. We weren't quite far with that thing, the wheels could have come off, you never know.
Wow. Are you from around this area?
No, I'm from Saginaw, Michigan.
How'd you end up here, Air Force?
Yep, the Air Force brought me here. And I went back to Saginaw after we got out of the Air Force, but I only stayed there a couple of months. And then we went to Connecticut. Couldn't find a decent job in Saginaw and wanted to work production stuff, So went to Connecticut and worked production there in an envelope factory, and then we moved here back here because it's, the pace in Connecticut is a rat race, and I didn't like that. I was used to the quiet life. And this place started looking good again. I never liked it when I was here, but I liked it after I got away. So we came back here and made a home in Chazy. Been a struggle ever since, work, and go on strike and build houses while you're on strike. And thank God for the strike. I got that log house up during that 6 weeks. That was a chore.
So, you met the bride while you were up here
No.
at the base, no?
Yes, I did. Brody's.
That's what I was going to say, probably Brody's.
Yep, Brody's. We got married 6 months after we met. And got married in June 18th. And then we went to Michigan.
There should be a club of all the couples that met
really,
at Brody's.
yeah. There probably is one, but we just don't know about it. We should get together. I could do it with Facebook or something. All you guys that left the base,
Yeah, there's that Air Force Base, Plattsburgh Air Force Base
Yeah.
Facebook page. You could probably go through there.
Right.
There's a big acorn up here.
Oh yeah. My son brought that home from some job he was on. They I guess they don't want it anymore. I hope.
I hope. If they see it here, they'll know where it's at. And you got a white birch here that.
Yeah, my grandson made that thing in school for us. Supposed to put food in there, wax, and, what do you call it? Suet.
Oh, okay.
Stuff it full of suet or something, and the birds eat out of it, but we never have. It's just pretty to look at.
Now, it's a nice little effect you have here with this mist. Is that something you added recently? Or?
No, well, we have it come around here quite often, actually. We kind of enjoy it, It's all we have, so why not, Got to enjoy what we get.
You're not getting sunshine anyways, so you might as well have the mist falling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we were supposed to do this yesterday, but we rescheduled because of the weather, and today's pretty much what we were supposed to get yesterday.
Yeah. Over here, we just added on this room in the back here. It's a sunroom, we call it, but actually more like a shade room. Don't get a lot of sun back here.
No.
But we enjoy the inside of it. It's got all kinds of, she's got like 75 house plants in there.
Wow.
And it takes 11 gallons of water to water them. So she's pretty busy with that all the time, along with her other jobs.
So we don't water those, she does.
No, we don't, but she does. That's a job for her.
Okay, and you got some pretty, what's this, three-toned here? There's red in the middle and yellow and green.
What are we? Oh, you're looking over here. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the coleus again that we have over on the other side there. She planted those here for color, and these could be better arranged. But when I had to rearrange, oh my God, it's starting to come down pretty hard here. I had to arrange them. I didn't know what they were when I put them here, so I ended up with hostas that should be further back in the front. You better move it. You're going to get wet.
It's July 14th, yes.
Right there.
My
condo silos.
Another.
I modeled that after cast iron farm.
Which one? The one that's down or the one that's next to me?
The ones that by you, I guess. The one on the
They're blue.
The ridge road there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's still, silos are silo.
Yeah.
No, I saw those on the Google again, and I actually had a copper roof on them. They were very, very expensive kind of bird houses, but I didn't see my way to doing that. I just put metal roofs on them, and
Well, they look copper.
yeah, I could paint them greenish, whatever, make them look like more like what do you call that? Yep, here we got all those indoor plants.
We won't get a good shot of this, but we'll get an idea of what's in there.
Maybe go inside and to get a shot if you want.
And of course,
Plants do really well here. I mean, really surprised. Of course, we don't get a lot of flowering plants. It's about the only one we got there that's got a flowering plants. In the Pisha, I believe it is.
What is it?
They're flowering Pisha in their Christmas cactus. They actually bloomed here in this window.
all right.
Those are some more the same. What do you call them again? Geez. Hydrangeas, snowball hydrangeas.
Yeah. Well, they're common in the area. A lot of.
They're all over the place. This is just a relative, the whole path is new, it's all hard to push in, right? Yeah, we got that. The whole path, the thing here we had before the path went around. So we had to recreate the whole thing, and I'm kind of happy with the way it came out. So a lot of this stuff is young stuff in here and needs to grow. That's one of those Harry Lauder's walking sticks. I'm not so sure it's going to continue to grow in here because it's don't get the light.
Yeah, really.
We'll see what happens. If it doesn't, we'll have to dig it out. I destroyed some nice hydrangeas that were here. I didn't destroy them, but I set them back a lot by having to move them. They were beautiful. Had beautiful, full of flowers. We've been waiting for years for that to happen, and it finally happened, and I had to destroy it practically because the flowers all died when I took it off and dug it up to move it away from here so I can put the house here, you know, put the room here.
Uh-huh.
But it'll come back.
All right.
Now you're coming up on more bird houses over here. And
The one before.
bird house and bird feeder station, which I don't use anymore because
That's a feeder station here?
yeah, that's a feeder station. Most of them are all feeder stations. The only house is up there, the schoolhouse. Oh, and up there, there's this house too. I forgot about that one.
Oh, some up there, a couple up there.
I don't feed them back here anymore because the raccoons came and destroy everything, you know, and the squirrels are destroying that house too. They actually had a nest in that house up there this past winter, and
The squirrels were living in this one here?
yeah, because the hole's big enough for the red squirrels to get into, you know. So we're in the back section there. You can't see anything back there, but it looks the same as the front. So. But that thing has a little bell in it that actually rings, but it's not loud enough to hear. It might be too rusty to ring now. I definitely wanted to put a bell in it though, and I did. It's the only one I could find.
All right.
And it got a little water feature here for focal point.
Oops.
My gotcha.
My microphone cord is being caught here, so yeah, it's a
And we got this
spring.
little octagon porch here, which we try to grow these. There again, I'm thinking of flowers, but I can't think of their names. But they don't do well here. They did well in geraniums, yeah. They did well a few years ago, but this year maybe not enough sun or something. That robin's nest is right in that plant right there. Same spot the other one.
The doves were?
Doves were in, yeah.
And you got the little. Is that real or artificial here?
That's artificial.
Yeah.
There's a
I didn't see any roots.
There's a hummingbird feeder there, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I've ever seen a hummingbird there, but there has been in the past, the years past. Hummingbirds just don't seem to be around this year, at least here anyway.
Yeah, like I said,
I hope it's not a sign of things to come.
well, we've got some, so they're still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know
Yeah.
what's here today isn't necessarily here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a good variety of birdhouses here. Do you have plans? I can't see how you could have much more you need to do out here.
I know, but give us a little time. We'll think of something.
We meeting
Yeah.
her.
One thing we got to do is put some kind of screen around those tanks back there. That's the only thing you don't have to show them, but
We believe you're not seeing them. You got some.
yeah.
You got another kind of a little lattice thing going on back here.
Yeah, we got expected the plant to grow up the vine and cover the thing all around, but instead it grew all the way up the tree. It's a bittersweet vine. They grow those orange berries, and then propagate everywhere. You see there's one growing right up here in this bush in front of us.
Look at the size
They
of
drop
that.
those things and they drop them everywhere and they're growing all over the place. You got to pull them up or something. The whole backyard is full of those things now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a little trellis over there, or arbor for our swing set, as you'll see.
What was that plant, that vine that got the southern states covered? Forget the name of it. It's it was a comic strip character named after it too. Like whatever you've got is catchy. I can't think of it right now.
Oh, it's catchy?
Yeah, whatever you've got is catchy.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Actually, it's happening to me more than it used to. Believe me. All right, so another little swing back here, and you said you made this.
I didn't make that one, but
Oh,
I made another one like it. I
yeah.
did have to repair it. I put a new back on it and a new seat because it was rotting out. The cedar, it's all cedar, but it was shaped nice before. It had a shaped, a contoured seat on it. It was really nice. But it still is nice. It's still comfortable. We sit back here with the grandchildren and have ice cream and stuff. We actually sit all around the yard and enjoy it, but they like to swing on the swing, so that's their favorite place to be.
So the only hostile wild creatures you've had has been raccoons, no bears or...
No bears. Saw one deer years ago before we had all this, back right in here somewhere. You seen something more
There was
since?
another one out front, remember?
No.
Deer are fine. It's
Oh, a long time ago. But
those bears and...
Oh, we saw a bear at the
Coyotes.
other house one time.
the
Yeah.
log house
The log house, there's a bear running across the street.
No, you got your stones pretty well. You had to put in this level for the stones. You had to put these in.
Oh yeah, I put on all the stones, but they were all nice and flat when I put them in, but they kind of got, when the roots grow under them and stuff,
Oh,
they
sure.
get raised up and uneven, and they're slippery too when they're wet, so you got to be careful when you see.
All right, so let's do a 360 here. And
Yeah, let's not go that way. Going this
we're
way.
going this way.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Nothing to see down there, unless you want to end it quick.
Nothing to see here. Okay, I've heard that
This is
before.
our little rock garden. It doesn't look like much. Plants don't grow as well as I'd like them to grow in here. Actually, this thing here is a Chinese ginger, and it was a big bunch in there, but some of it died back. It got too dry and it died on me. It's coming back, and it kind of needs to be placed better so it all looks like a group,
Okay, now what's this little wire? You got black wire.
Oh, that's watering system I have here.
Water running through that little one? I see
Yeah,
the bigger
one of the
hose.
bigger ones feeds off of that, and they plug into the big wire.
Okay, right here.
Actually, I should just put, instead of sprayers, I should have drippers, so it just drips on the ground instead of getting the plant wet, because it's not a good thing to get the plant wet, I guess. So.
A little bird bath here.
Yeah, a little bird bath, and we got see the little stilby down there, a little tiny one. Little miniature. There's some little miniature hostas back there too.
Oh, you want those? I stepped in 3 or 4 of those as I was coming through. Hope you don't mind.
I ain't gonna miss them.
You didn't take inventory before I came.
No.
All right, you got
There's-
some more of your big leaves back there.
Yeah, butterbur. Took me a long time to remember that name. I finally got it down pat now. I wrote a sign and put it back there, and ever since then I can remember. It's called
Well,
butterbur. And a
that's
lot
probably-
of people take those leaves and they build a little pile of sand and shape it and then pour cement into it to make bird baths and stuff,
Yeah. Remember that burdocks family probably.
Yeah, that probably
You
are.
haven't got any burdocks.
No burdocks. No. I don't like those things. Wow. And then we built this little table to have, for people to sit down and enjoy the view here too. And that little wall thing there's, and this is a water feature too that we converted into a plant thing. We had more in there before, but we haven't done that this year. So, and this is a white astilbe with a pink one interspersed into it somehow. And this is a wave of moonlight hostas right down here. It's called Moonlight, Hosta Moonlight. And
That's a wave.
it's a wave because there's a whole bunch of them together
Okay.
in one spot. And this whole thing looks like a wave of a variety of hostas, and it is.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, a lot of hostas in here, and they're all growing nicely over here. They like the light over here, I guess.
And you had a big,
Yep. Made a little,
you didn't make that one. That deck had those big flowers, you didn't make that?
no, we bought those, but the ropes, the stems in the pot I made and the leaves, I just threw them up there just to make an attraction there. Instead of just a bare wall, it looks like something's on there. That's Hosta Potomac Pride. This is Hosta Moonlight too. These two are the same as those. This is Golden Edger. That's not Sun Power, but it's another one like Sun Power. It's called. It's a sister to it, I guess. Related. That's Robert Frost back there. Don't ask me where all these names are coming from. I'm having a rush of names here. Maybe I'm making them up.
Yeah, we don't know. When the calls start coming in, we'll know
Yeah,
if
there's
you're
some more
accurate.
hydrangeas and some fake flowers on the wall over there.
Yeah. Now, one of my favorite movies for kids is The Secret Garden, and you must have watched that a lot when you were a kid.
No, not really. But apparently, if I did watch it, it had an effect on me. My father always had a nicely landscaped yard, and I always appreciated that, and always wanted to do the same. And she always enjoys doing it too. You know, she didn't get the opportunities I had growing up, but she has learned to appreciate these things and really like to do it. You know.
Okay.
Although she don't get outside as much as I do, because she's so busy inside all the time.
Alright, I'm going to shut my camera off here. The battery's about to die, and we're going to switch
Wait
batteries.
a minute, you got to go up and see the pond.
We're going to switch batteries.
Oh, okay. What? Yeah, you're getting a. You're gonna get a kink in your elbow.
We have a fresh battery in, and we are continuing our tour with Theda and Max. I would say Max and Theda if Theda weren't
Either
standing so
or.
close. But
The
Theda
only
and
reason
Max.
it's Theda and Max is because she started her own Facebook page, and then
And she allowed you to.
and I wanted to be on it too, so she probably put Max on there too.
You didn't want your own?
No, I don't need to.
And I don't even like it, so.
Yeah,
Okay, so we got this unique birdhouse here.
yeah, we call it the whimsical birdhouse. I saw a picture, of something like this, but the birdhouses were straight, but they look crooked to me. So I said I like crooked better, and so we had this stump here, and you know the tree was dead. We had to get rid of that, but I had this in mind to do with it when I did do it. So, and she agreed with me that it would be a good idea.
Oh, well, there. Now, does she have to stamp it approved, or is verbal okay?
The verbal's okay.
Verbal's okay.
Verbal's good. We count ourselves lucky with a verbal. She rules with an iron fist.
Yeah, right.
She's the iron lady.
Okay, we are continuing here. I'm blowing off a mosquito here. Did you lay this yard work, this stone here yourself, or?
Yes, we did, and it shows because it's pretty amateurishly done, you know. But we still enjoy it. I put our letter D in the middle of the sidewalk and the
see
driveway
that.
here, and then
Yeah.
down in the end, I got the address number in there, 8756, which you can't see because there's dirt on it. But it's kind of belly. They didn't get the proper base under it, you know, not knowing how to do that back then. I wasn't doing it right, so.
What's this thing?
That's a smoke tree. I always thought it was a smoke bush, but I've been corrected. I looked it up the other day and I found out it was a smoke tree.
Okay.
So it is a beautiful specimen of a bush. I mean tree. I just love it. It looks like a bush to me. It grows like a bush.
What's big?
So yeah,
It doesn't get much bigger than that,
It
probably.
lasts all summer. You know, from the time it starts leafing out till the end of summer, it's gorgeous. And that's the one thing that does well here. That
Doesn't attract any
no.
unwanted creatures?
No, it's a fun bush to, you know, just beautiful, and it's huge. I don't know that it's huge because you're only supposed to go 20 feet tall. Maybe it's 20, but it's up on a hill and it looks like it's 25, you know, because my water feature, my water fall is going from there. That should be coming out better than that. It's got to be plugged. I haven't done anything with that, but I've never had that experience before. Anyway, I will fix that so we got a good flow of water coming on there. These chairs we built, they're not Adirondack chairs. They look like Adirondack chairs, but they seat a lot more comfortably than Adirondack chairs
Not
because
as
they don't
deep
go way
behind,
down. And I couldn't get my butt out of an Adirondack chair, so I built them.
He's a northern Adirondack.
Yeah. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
you said we built them.
No,
He did.
I built
Okay.
them.
I
Yeah.
have Stan.
I don't mind giving her credit, but I don't want to give her credit where it's not
Yeah,
deserved.
yeah. Well, it's not fair because she's not getting too much credit. I mean, she gets credit for everything because it wouldn't get done if it wasn't for her beating on me
Yeah.
to get it done. You know, hurry up and get it done. You know, no, I'm kidding.
That's why you've got the gray hair and she doesn't.
Yeah, I've been told one time she was over there talking to somebody, and somebody was with us. Well, I was probably over there talking, and somebody was talking to her and asked who that old man was over there.
That's what she told you.
That was back when I was young.
All right, more birdhouses.
Yeah, there's a little wheelbarrow over here I built. That's We just painted it because we like the red, you know, and it was all natural colors. That's all.
Nice
All
focal point when you come
yeah,
in the
another
driveway.
focal point. It's a pallet wood thing. They have a little video on YouTube on how to build those things. So if anybody wants to do it, it's there. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all pallet wood.
Amazing what you can find on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a handy thing, you know.
Yeah. Where do you get
Never-
your stones? Those are nice stones.
Who's that guy in Morrison? I just saw his truck go by too.
I don't know.
He delivered a whole bunch of stones way out in Morrisonville.
I don't remember who it was actually.
Nice
I'm
variety,
sorry,
nice
I
colors.
don't remember his name.
Another birdhouse.
Yep.
How many birdhouses do you have? You don't even know, do you?
No, I don't know. If I counted, I would not remember maybe an hour and then forget about it. So I think I have counted them before, but I don't remember.
You may have to count them and then go through the next day and count them again just to make sure.
Yeah.
It's like it's like when you're
Some-
doing work in high school, you add twice to make sure you.
Yeah. And you got this view here. This is, you know, stand back and get the whole thing here. It's pretty all in and of itself, you know.
Heading down the driveway toward Route 9.
Yeah. Should we take him up on the porch? Or? This is a pine bush. I know it's not a tree. It's a pine bush.
So you're gonna have to trim it though.
Well, I try to keep it trimmed as much as I can without her noticing. Because we don't like trim bushes, you know. But my little azalea in the back is hidden, and it has beautiful flowers in the spring. Beautiful flowers. And I'm trying to keep it exposed, so I have to cut off a little bit here and there. And it keeps growing, as you see.
Yeah.
New growth on it, and keeps covering it up.
It's gonna
So.
keep going wider.
There's another little feature, water feature we have. My son brought home. He found it at a garage sale one day, and we're so happy with that thing. That's the cutest little water feature we have, you know. So pretty.
Did you say my son or our son?
I did say.
I think
Well,
you meant to
it's-
say our son, right?
you got it.
Yeah.
We don't need you badgering me too.
Well, figured I'd do it now before she listens to this on video.
Well, she's distracted now. She's straightening things up.
Oh, straighten it up there before we go up there.
Yeah, we don't want anything crooked.
We have permission to enter?
Yeah, you got them.
All right,
Well,
permission
you
to
see the
enter.
lattice on the roof there?
Yeah.
That's what you can see from your satellite view. Shows right up.
That's what Google Earth's going to show you here. But all the secret gardens we've been looking at, they're pretty much covered from Google's view.
Yeah, we hide it all. This is something she did. It's really pretty
Oh,
piece of driftwood, and she planted it. And that plant is just growing perfectly down it, you know, just filling it up nicely. And we got another
do
little
you have
feature.
soil in there? What? How does it?
Yeah.
See. A bit of soil. Wow.
I'm surprised it's staying so close to the leaves and not growing out, you know.
Yeah.
See, we have a lot of impatiens up here. And that little water feature in the corner.
How late are you able to enjoy your surroundings here in the
Depends
fall?
on how long. Depends on how long the fall is. You know, I just gotta close the pool up and the pond over there up in probably November. But I'd rather do it when the water's warmer. It's
Yeah.
cold, you know. But I can just suck it out with a sump pump or something and then clean it out. But we enjoy the fall colors too. It's it's beautiful right up to fall. You know. So, did you want to come in the house? And,
Look at that room.
yeah.
Okay, I'll shut the camera off and go look at that room if you'd like. All right, we're gonna step inside
We gotta bring the dogs up.
as soon as we get the dogs.
So this is the room we added on, the sunroom or shade room, whichever you want to call it. Full of
There's no
plants.
sun here. It's
Yeah.
a shade room.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of sun, and the south window just gets a little bit.
Now, do you actually sit out here? Or is this all just for
It is
decoration?
very nice to sit out here with company and not a large crowd. Of course, there's no room for a large crowd, but it's such a cozy place to sit and talk compared to the other room that you just walk through. It's just
Now, how many gallons of water?
11 gallons.
Well, that's for the whole house.
Oh.
I have 130, 40 plants here.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
I give up.
Okay, so
You didn't see us? We were in HGL magazine. Did you see that?
HGL.
Right there.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that one. No, they don't still print that, do they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they?
Every month.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
Yeah. They were famous.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
What issue?
Yeah. September. We'll see. Give you a copy. September 2016.
Uh-huh.
No, I just thought everybody saw that,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
you.
Well, especially me.
Yeah.
Now this wallpaper here, well, it's not wallpaper, it's
The mural. Yeah.
came from Australia.
It's a 3D mural. Beautiful flowers on that thing. As
Okay.
you can see, we like bright colors, so that red just carries through everywhere in our house.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
the living room.
Even your lights have leaves. Well, very nice. So you can sit out here and enjoy your
Yeah, we enjoy some company out here.
The back view and-
Place to talk.
It's nice in the wintertime, snow coming down. It's nice.
you're able to heat this little spot in the winter.
Yep, it's all
Oh
heated.
yeah, it's all
It's
heated.
all heated.
It's year round. Oh yeah, where would I put all my houseplants?
Yeah.
And it's very comfortable out here, actually.
I can imagine.
It is
It's
pouring.
rain out, yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering what that was.
Okay. Well, the camera's losing its focus here. All right. All right. This is a terrarium.
Terraria.
Terraria.
Yeah.
Not a geranium.
That's not the best one though. I've been tearing it apart.
And we have some more plants.
We have 3 of those in here.
And you make these frames, you said, Max?
I made those frames out of pallet wood. The pictures of our yard now. Used one to take a picture of my grandson and daughter, and I think I used that one.
You could,
Sure, this too.
you could sell prints and
Yeah.
do you sell prints? No?
No.
No.
These things here, I don't know if you can see, I don't have much light, but that's all pictures on wood,
So
transferred to wood. My
Yeah.
grandson,
what's the secret formula for transferring to wood?
I can't tell you, it's a secret.
That's right. But you can do it.
I bought some paper from France.
Wooden paper?
No, it's like onion skin paper, special paper. You gotta use a laser printer to print on, and then you use a Mod Podge or whatever, that kind of medium to glue it on with, face down
Uh-huh.
onto the wood. Then you wait a couple hours and you can peel it off. Or you can do it the hard way with regular paper, and you can get, print it out at Staples or something, and then you glue it on with Mod Podge, and then you gotta rub the paper off. Rub it off by hand. Takes a little while. Living room.
Here we are in the living
We didn't
room.
like
Go
it. We didn't like it the way it was, so we made it bigger for the family to collect in and have visits. We get like 26 to 30 people here sometimes. Not just immediate family. We get extended family. So
Well, when we get extended, it's like more like 40. 40, 50.
so we have plenty of room. They're all laying all over the floor and chairs and whatever. So
Behind me is a 70-inch TV screen, so it's like going to the drive-in.
Yeah. Too bad there
with my
wasn't-
eyes, I need it. I need to have something big to see. So
Well, I appreciate your tour inside and out. Very nice visit.
well, I wish I could remember names fast for you.
Well,
but,
that's all right.
Maybe next time.
I think that she should have been
Yeah,
responsible for the
She should have
names.
been more cognizant of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind
I
of
think
thing.
so.
Yeah, he was doing so good. I corrected him a couple times.
Just a couple. That's what wives are for, right?
Definitely. I guess we all know that.
I've only been married 42 years, so I
42?
can't compete with you 51 years married.
51.
Yes, 51
Oh,
years.
yeah, it is.
It is. Oh my God, you forgot?
I
Is
thought
that
it was
you?
50. Oh, God.
Okay, we've been talking to Max and Theda Doser, and we appreciate this tour of their secret garden. And if people are interested in contacting you, they can go through Facebook.
Yeah, drop a message or something. Theda Max Doser,
DOSER.
DOSER, right? And we'll be happy to show them the garden.
Yeah,
Make arrangements, you know.
that's
Hard. Ask them not to just drop by because.
$25 a person, $50 for a family.
Well, how about minus 25? We'll pay them.
Free tours. So
Free tours, we'll be glad to show it.
okay, and they've been doing this for a number of years. So even though we're doing this in 2017, this will be available in coming years too.
As long as we're here, you're welcome to come.
All right, but don't look for it on Google because all you'll see is the trees. It's a secret garden area.
Yeah, you can't even zoom in enough to appreciate it.
All right. All right, you've been
Thank you
watching.
very much, Calvin.
All right, Hometown Cable, viewer-supported local television TV we think is worthy of your support. Thank you for